Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very pleasant evening to each and every one. If you are hearing me loud and clear, drop the number 7 in the chat. If you are hearing me loud and clear, let me see you inundate the chat with the number 7. Yes, if you're hearing me loud and clear, if I'm coming through to you in St. Vincent, if I'm coming through to you in Barbados, you in Trinidad, those of you in the United States, those of you in England and other parts of Europe, what about you in Africa? What about you over there in the Cayman Islands, Trinidad and Tobago? Yes, the Bahamas, if I have not called your country. Nonetheless, if you're hearing me, drop the number 7 in the chat. All right. So the chat is being populated currently with the number 7. People say, listen, Chris, I'm hearing you. You're coming through loud and clear. All right. Thank you so much for joining. And of course, if you are here with us present and you know that you have invited people, yes, you extended this invitation to as many of your friends as you possibly can. But at the minute, you're not seeing these people present in the participants list. Can I tell you? You have a few more minutes. Yes, you have a few more minutes to reach out to your guest, your distinguished guest, and just to let them know that we are about to get the ball rolling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who do we have with us this evening? Who do we have with us? Identify yourself. Tell us where you're from. Yes, give us a geographical location. If you're invited by someone, please feel free to state the name of the person who invited you. We'll be more than happy to welcome you accordingly. All right, so welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. I see Chevon, and Chevon was invited by Marie. All right, Christine Beckett is in the house. Maryland is here. Welcome, Maryland. Happy to have you. That is Dina Queen. Yes, Linda is here from Canada, and Linda was invited by Don Rogers. Welcome, 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 welcome. Happy to have you. Happy to have you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this evening we are being deliberate and we are being strategic. Why are we being deliberate and why are we being strategic? And what is it that we are being deliberate and strategic about? Well, through the grapevine, we have heard that there are quite a number of men who have been requesting of us for some time to share some information on this rather intriguing topic, erectile dysfunction. Yes, are you at risk? Men are seeking to find out whether or not they are at risk for erectile dysfunction. So with all the nice things that we have spoken about so far, we have discussed prostate cancer, we have discussed diabetes and hypertension, so many things. We have discussed weight loss, we have discussed detox, but men through the grapevine are asking us to pay attention to erectile dysfunction because according to these men, and in some cases some women, loads of men are struggling with this issue of erectile dysfunction and they just don't have the answers. In fact, some of the men have tried some things, and because they tried those things, they are no longer around. They are 6 feet under. And so the men who are alive, who are cognizant of the situation, are asking us to rescue them. And that's what we're going to be doing this evening. We are going to be delving into this topic, erectile dysfunction. We want to know if you're at risk. So let me tell you, if there's a man in your life, anywhere across the length and breadth of planet Earth, wherever he is at this moment, reach out, please reach out and let such man know that he's to be present, because this is a topic that you don't want to miss. Awesome. Yes, you don't want to miss this topic, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get right into it. Erectile dysfunction. What is this thing called erectile dysfunction? And who are the people that are at risk for erectile dysfunction? Well, first and foremost, I want you to understand that erectile dysfunction primarily affects men. I can't think of any woman who would be affected by erectile dysfunction. No, not if you were born a woman. According to the Bible, God created them male and female. Type in the chat, male and female. Please go to the chat and type here, male and female. When God created us, it was only one thing. It was male and female. Do you agree with me? Go to the chat and tell me if you're in agreement. God created them male and female. And so, as a result of that, right, only men, biological men, can be affected by erectile dysfunction. Yes? And so, therefore, men are the gender that is at risk for erectile dysfunction. So, what is this erectile dysfunction? Erectile dysfunction, otherwise called ED, is simply a man's inability to get an erection firm enough to have sexual intercourse. Sometimes because of the extent of it. Yes, sometimes because of how crucial and critical the situation is, it may become that thing called impotence. Yes, but erectile dysfunction is that particular aspect where a man is unable to get an erection, and in the case where he gets it, he's unable to maintain that erection. Yes, I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand if you know any such person who is experiencing that particular challenge. I'm not going to ask you to drop the number 7 in the chat if you know anybody who is experiencing that challenge, because let me tell you, loads of men are experiencing erectile dysfunction, and some men are just ashamed to talk about it because they don't want the females to be cognizant of it. Now, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, erectile dysfunction is one of those challenges that men face that is on the increase daily, weekly, and monthly. In fact, according to the World Health Organization, 4 in every 10 men will experience erectile dysfunction at some point in time throughout his life. Yes? So that is not a joke statistic for you to play with. Yes? In fact, such is erectile dysfunction that according to research done from the International Journal of Impotence, they are projecting that over 1 billion men will be affected by erectile dysfunction by the year 2025. Yes, 2025 is 2 years from now. That's a lot of men we are talking about that will be affected by this particular challenge. Now, the big question that you may want to ask is, why? Why would a man be experiencing this challenge, right? That is the question. But we're going to answer that as we go along. Let us look at some of the common causes, though, or common symptoms, rather, of erectile dysfunction. Number 1, difficulty getting an erection, difficulty maintaining an erection, reduced interest in intimacy, and also some of the symptoms could be that you see that a man's self-esteem is not as high or as as it used to be. Men with erectile dysfunction oftentimes struggle with a self-esteem problem. These are some of the symptoms of erectile dysfunction. As you look at these things here, especially the females, because you are here to help. You're the males in your lives. You're not here to belittle them. You're not here to put them down. You are here to help. You are here to elevate them and to help them to be the best human being that they can. Because the better a man is, the better a family is going to be. If you're agreeing with me, drop the number 7 in the chat. So when a man is experiencing erectile dysfunction, it's not for you to belittle him and to call him worthless, yes? And to tell him that you're going to visit Joe. No, 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 no. You must find a solution with him. Yes, so that both of you can live well and enjoy the things that God designed you to enjoy. Right? So when you see a man's self-esteem starting to go south, you have to be concerned. Yes, some of us here, we work at companies. Some of us are directors of HR. Some of us are managers. Some of us are, you know, etc. in the organization, and we have people to deal with. And you see the changes in people's lives. Sometimes you have to try as well to get help, even from a workplace perspective, because men, I can tell you, we don't like to go to the doctor. We don't like medication. We don't like to visit the doctor for the doctor to give us any bad news, right? And so when you see a man's self-esteem move from north to south, then you have to start asking questions, because something serious is happening. And that could very well be one of the symptoms of erectile dysfunction. Now, erectile dysfunction, like I said before, is a common thing, right? Very, very, very common, you know, across the world. You know, it's on the increase every single day. More and more men are becoming, you know, affected by this. Now, what are some of the common causes of this challenge called erectile dysfunction? Well, can I tell you? One such cause is low testosterone. Now, low testosterone occurs particularly in men who are aging. As we age men, yes, our biological makeup diminishes. And so what you find is that the testosterone levels that we were experiencing when we were 20 and 25, you know, starts to diminish. And so our muscle strength, you know, is no longer there. Things that we were very good at, things that we could repeat many times in the night, we're no longer able to do that because the testosterone is dipping, right? And so as a man, one of the most important things to you is your testosterone. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to be aware of that. So low testosterone is indeed a cause for erectile dysfunction, one of the common causes. Another is heart-related challenges, heart disease. Yes, heart disease. The arteries are clogged as a result of too much fat in your blood vessels, in your arteries. Yes, and so you are experiencing, or you would have experienced rather, you know, heart disease in some way, shape, or form, you know, possibly a stroke or one of those issues, heart attack, yeah? And so now, you know, it has relaxed itself, but because of that condition, you're not able to function the way you would normally function, right? High blood pressure, high cholesterol, again, those two conditions has to do with literally the blood not flowing effectively through your arteries because they are clogged, you know, very, very, very clogged. And so sometimes too, you are on certain medications that are making matters worse in some areas. You see, statin drugs are not always good for you, right? If you interview the average man that is hypotensive, he will tell you he's on statin drug. And when you ask him what are some of the side effects of the statin drug, he will tell you that one of the things that he experienced is that he has absolutely no desire for intimacy. Yes, we see that happening every single day. However, one of the most common causes of this thing called erectile dysfunction is obesity. Yes, and obesity oftentimes is what leads to heart disease, is what leads to high cholesterol, high triglycerides, high blood pressure, right? So, you know, the more we expand in body mass, yes, the greater the propensity as a man for you to experience erectile dysfunction, gentlemen. So you have to take care of the body that God has blessed you with. And how do you do that? One of the things that you ought to do is to make sure that you are exercising regularly. Let me just go back to the low testosterone levels a bit. Now, men, one of the ways that you can increase the testosterone levels is that you can do what is called body building. Yes, you can lift heavy weights in the gym. That's one of the things that builds your testosterone, right? The more you lift and the more often you lift, the greater the propensity for you to build your testosterone levels in the gym, right? However, if your blood pressure is high, if you are obese, then you know lifting alone will not help. You would need to do some cardio. But the more cardio you do, is the more estrogen your body is going to produce, right? And the testosterone is going to be lowered. Your testosterone in the gym is built based on the amount of weights that you are lifting, right? Now, obesity, as we were talking about just now, this is a major problem, not just for men, but also for women. But we're talking about men this evening, so we won't digress, right? You have to get the weight off, gentlemen. And the best way to get the weight off is to eat less carbs, less fat, and increase your protein intakes along with your vegetables, right? Once you see your waist get to 39 and 40, then gentlemen, you know you are in trouble, right? Because that is expansion taking place. Your metabolism is low, your testosterone is being lowered, and so that is a sign that things are about to get dangerous for you. Interestingly, depression and stress can come as a result of many things. It can be as a result of, your relationship not working out. It can be as a result of, things not working out for you at work. It can be family-related challenges. So many things are out there that affects men on a daily basis because as men, we go through a lot, especially trying to feed our families, trying to be the best human being that we possibly can be. The stress levels can be very, very high. And so stress and depression is also one of the common causes of this thing called erectile dysfunction. But diabetes, oh my goodness gracious me. While low testosterone is bad, while the heart disease is a problem, while high cholesterol is a challenge, high blood pressure, obesity, depression, etc., the major challenge that we have, particularly here in Jamaica, is that issue of diabetes, particularly type 2 diabetes. Now, according to research, men with type 2 diabetes, yes, will at some point in time, 35 to 85% of men with type 2 diabetes will at some point in time experience severe erectile dysfunction. And severe erectile dysfunction, based on what we discussed earlier, is really at the impotence level, where no matter how you pray, no matter how you fast, no matter what you do, the resurrection is just not taking place, right? And that is not what you want. This evening, we know that your doctors have been prescribing things for you. And one of the most common things that is prescribed for diabetes is that thing called metformin. Let me tell you something. If you're on this presentation with us this evening and your doctor has prescribed metformin for you for type 2 diabetes, find the doctor tomorrow and give it back to him. Because even the CDC in America, they have recognized the dangers associated with metformin, and they are recalling this particular drug. They recognize the dangers of it, right? Anything that has to do with statin or metformin, these things are very, very damaging. The side effects, the list of side effects outweigh the good that is going to do to the human body. So make sure you're not on metformin. But type 2 diabetes, no. Type 2 diabetes, ladies and gentlemen, is when your body is producing too much insulin to eradicate the high levels of glucose in your body. Now, you have your breakfast in the morning, and it was a meal that was very high in starches, yes, and sugars. You had your lunch, and it was the same thing. You had your dinner, it was the same thing. In between lunch and dinner, you were snacking. And so therefore, what happens? All of that starch is converted to glucose and is in your system. The body now has to produce this hormone to eradicate it out of the system. So the more starches you're eating, yes, the more sugars you're consuming, is the higher it's going to be. And so therefore, ladies and gentlemen, what you find is that it gets to a point where it cannot be controlled anymore. And now you are at that stage where the doctor says, listen, you are now either pre-diabetic or you are stricken with type 2 diabetes. Once you have type 2 diabetes, then here's what will follow. You're talking about the possibility of blindness, because type 2 diabetes damages the nerves between, yes, that transmit information from the eye to the brain. Yes, that's what it does. Not only that, but it also damages the kidney through a similar channel as well. And of course, if you were to receive, a cut in any way, shape, or form on any part of your body, what we find is that it takes a long time to heal. And in some cases, you see a lot of people. Some persons, there's a limb that is amputated. And when you ask them the question, what is the problem? They tell you that they are diabetic. But for men, the greatest challenge here is erectile dysfunction. Because for us as men to have that strong erection that we utilize during intimacy, it means that the blood must be transported from the various parts of the body to the penile area. Now, once those vessels are damaged as a result of type 2 diabetes, you find that the blood getting there becomes a challenge, because it's really blood that causes you to have that firm, rigid erection. So it's important for your circulation system to be in tip-top shape, right? Now, type 2 diabetes is a major, major challenge right here in Jamaica and throughout the entire Caribbean. So these are the causes of, or some of the more prominent causes of this thing called erectile dysfunction. If you like what you're hearing so far, if it is making sense, drop the number 7 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, so I can know that I'm not talking to myself and the information value is being added to your system. If you have a question, remember to, we have a question and answer section at the end of the presentation, or as we get closer, we can ask your question. Now, what are we saying here? We are saying that this is a challenge, but for every challenge, there has to be a solution, right? Now, many of the things that men have been using for years to try to address this problem would be some synthetic things that would have been made, in terms of pharmaceutical. One of them being Viagra, another being Cialis, and I think there's another one in the market called Levitra. Now, what we have found is a lot of men who have used these things are no longer with us, right? Because they are using them while their arteries are clogged, right? And these things are so powerful that when, when that rush of blood is moving to the penile area, it can cause heart attack or stroke. And so a lot of men in the past would have experienced that and are no longer with us. We are here today to posit to you a possible alternative that we have been using for quite some time now, and many men, hundreds of men. If you are on this presentation with us this evening, and you know men that have benefited from what we're going to be talking about, I'd like for you to go to the chat and to drop the number 7 in the chat, because so many men we have helped, we have saved lives left, right, and center. Men are happy again as a result of these awesome and amazing organic products that we're going to be talking about. What are we talking about? First and foremost, based on what we recommend, yes, we are of the herbal orientation, and so we always recommend that the men who are struggling with the challenges that we talked about earlier, yes, whether it is the clogged arteries, whether it is the diabetes, the hypertension, the high cholesterol, whatever they are, we say to our men, start this process with a detox, and not a washout, but a detox, because there is indeed a chasm between a detox and a washout. A washout gets into your system, and of course you have a belly ache and some running takes place, and there's a bit of excretion. But what a detox does, a detox gets into your system, and it speaks to your cell. Yes, it gets to your body from a cellular level. And anything that is attached therein that is not supposed to be a part of your body, the detox is supposed to eradicate these things from your system. And fortunately for us, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we have here available at Vida Divina. What do we have? The Vita Divina Detox Tea. Now, this tea is natural in every sense of the word. All the ingredients are naturally produced and naturally manufactured, right? We're talking about things like blessed thistle. We're talking about marshmallow. We're talking about things like papaya, myrrh. We're talking about ginger. But all those things are good and great. But where the excellence lies is actually in the Ganoderma lucidium and the Siberian chaga. You will hear more about those later as we go along. As a result of that, this particular product is designed to speak to your body from a cellular level. We're talking about that level of detoxification. And detoxification, particularly of the colon, to excrete any fecal matter that is residing there after digestion would have taken place, right? Now, a lot of people you see walking around today with these very large tummies in front of them, it's not so much fat in most of these cases. More often than not, it is unexcreted fecal matters. Yes, waste matters lying in the system along with parasites and all of that. And this happens as a result of, over toxification of your system. Now, in addition to that, there's also your liver. Your liver is one of those organs that is designed to remove toxins from your system. But if you are taking in, loads of toxins, then yourself may also need a detoxification. And that's what this tea does. Detoxifies your liver, cleanse your liver, purify your liver, and allow your liver to get back to that stage where it can function effectively and efficiently. Similarly, your kidney is designed to remove waste products from your system, right? Maintain a balanced electrolytes level, and of course to regulate your blood pressure. That's what your kidney is designed to do. But again, because of the high levels of toxins in your system, yes, you find that this becomes a challenge. Your arteries, designed specifically to distribute oxygenated blood throughout your body. But what do you find? You find that these arteries are clogged, yes, with loads of fat. Yes, lots of fat deposits are lodging therein. And so therefore circulation becomes a problem. Here's a product, ladies and gentlemen, that is so designed to help you to mitigate all of what we discussed just now. Where are these toxins coming from? Well, the foods you consume. The foods we consume, particularly vegetables, ground provisions, and so on, are usually inundated with loads of toxins. Yes? You're talking about our farmers trying to be, creative in order to produce high quality foods. And what do? They spray them. Pesticides, herbicides, right? Fungicides, all of these things. And so some of that is coming to your table. Additionally, you're talking about food preservation, for example. A good doctor friend of mine told me recently that the American apple, from the point of germination to the point where it gets on your table, it takes approximately 111 chemicals for that to happen. Yes, of course, you and I know you take an American apple from the US to Jamaica, it's here for days, for weeks, for months. It's not, getting spoiled or anything like that once it remains in the refrigerator because of the chemicals that are associated with it. That's what you're consuming. The chemicals that you use, the harmful chemicals that you are using, gentlemen. Your cologne, you're smoking, you are drinking loads of alcohol, which alcohol has absolutely no good benefit to the system. All of that gets in your body and creates a poison that makes your body toxic And so there's a challenge for you. Here is a product that is designed specifically to rid your body of all of that. So we always say to our men, before you do anything else here at Vida, the first thing you want to do is to get a comprehensive detox. We recommend 6 of these teas as a comprehensive detox. So you detoxify your system in a thorough way over a 6-week period. Now, approximately 2 years ago, a good friend of mine told me the story. She said, Christopher, I've been married to my husband for 4 years. And lo and behold, my husband has been impotent for 2 of those years. I said, what are you talking about? So yes, gentleman has been impotent for 2 of those years. She said she was on her way to visit Mr. Joe. And so in going to visit Mr. Joe, she decided that, look here, she couldn't live with this anymore because it's 2 years and nothing that's going on. She fast and pray over it. She beat drum over it. She did everything she could over it, but it just would not elevate its head. Well, guess what happened? The Joe that she was visiting introduced her to 4 of the Telavina detox teas. She took the teas and she went home and she provided her husband with the teas. She drank 1 tea and she saw great things happening in his body. The man is being cleansed. The man is at the bathroom every day, having his 3-4 times in the bathroom. The man is, excreting urine like crazy. The man is just cleansed. The man's body is just experiencing something that she has never seen before. Well, lo and behold, when he got to the 4th tea, she said the gentleman had a resurrection. Such was the resurrection that they created mayhem and that resurrection morning to the point where they wake up the entire community because they were so happy after 2 years. Finally the thing was back and working again. And she was the one who told that story. You know what I mean? Of how the tea alone helped her with that particular resurrection. So this tea is no fluke. People with diabetes, people with hypertension and high cholesterol, having had the tea, they are now telling us that these things are being managed better. But it doesn't stop there, because for your diabetics, for your hypertensives, you need the maintenance. And for us, the maintenance comes through what is called these mushrooms. Now, here is a mushroom called the shaga mushroom. That is a nutrient-dense superfood. What are we talking about? We're talking about nutrients at the micro level and nutrients at the macro level. Your micronutrients, ladies and gentlemen, to include your zinc. Zinc is a testosterone-building element. Yes, your vitamin B complex helps with your concentration and your focus as a man. It's available through this shaga mushroom. It is your amino acids, your macronutrients again, available through this shaga mushroom. Your copper, your vitamin D's that you need, your minerals are available through this particular mushroom. It gets even better because things like your magnesium, yes, are available through this particular mushroom. Now, for the guy or girl that is diabetic, hypertensive, you couldn't get it any better. Yes, you could not have it any better, because here is a product that literally manages your blood sugar, manages your cholesterol level, to the extent where the thing that is called LDL, yes, your LDL is reducing to the point where your cholesterol now is now balancing. That's what we're talking about this particular superfood known as the shaga mushroom. It gets better because we also have the guano. And the guano for us is that particular mushroom that regulates normal body function. Once you have had your detox, yes, must have these 2 mushrooms, should never be out of your house. Because it's not just diabetes, it's not just the hypertension, it's not the high cholesterol alone, but you look at your body and think of anything there that requires immunity, that requires boosting of your immune system. This is the product for you. Why is that so? You're talking about 200 antioxidants, 150 phytonutrients, and over 3,000 polyphenols can be found in the shaga, in the Ghana mushroom. That's what is available. All of your micronutrients to increase and boost your immune system. That is why even people with cancers are getting excited about the reishi and the shaga mushroom. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we know we're talking about erectile dysfunction. And of course, we did say that diabetes and high blood pressure and high cholesterol are major causes of these things. You could not want it any better. These mushrooms are right up there in terms of stabilizing the blood sugar, cleansing your arteries, detoxifying the arteries to make sure that that blood flow, the circulation is taking place the way that it ought to take place. It gets better because the reishi, ladies and gentlemen, is also available in a very potent form. Very, very, very potent form. We're talking about our mushroom that is available to us in a gel cap. And in this gel cap, you have 2.5 pounds of certified reishi. Now, if you can think about all the benefits that we alluded to earlier about this reishi mushroom, imagine you are taking 2.5 pounds in one single gel cap. What could that mean for you? You know what you should do? Get back to the person that invited you on this presentation and let them know that, hey, I want this reishi spore oil right now. I want the reishi mushroom. I don't want to live without this, because based on what I'm hearing about it, it is fantastic. And not just only when you hear, but when you start using it, you will see it for yourself, right? Of course, concentration and focus is a major problem for some men. You may achieve an erection, but you're not able to maintain the erection for a long time. Yes, your focus, your mental capacity has been weakened as a result of stress, as a result of fatigue, as a result of depression. While you are seeking to eat proper foods and you're seeking to exercise and all of that, and it's still not happening for you. Here's a product called the brain that helps to support healthy mental focus, clarity, and concentration. What are we talking about here in terms of ingredients? Well, we are talking about things like the ginkgo biloba, right? The most powerful, the most powerful flavonoids available on God's green earth. Yes, are available through the ginkgo biloba. And that's what you're going to be receiving right here. You're talking about antioxidants. You're talking about all of those things that are designed to help your blood to circulate so you can concentrate and focus a lot better. What about the St. John's wort? Well, that's also an ingredient. Have you ever heard about it? Do some research on this, because this helps to support mood and decreases anxiety and nervousness. Gentlemen, I know sometimes the pipe gets turned on a little bit too early and you don't want that. So what do? Get yourself the brain, man. Get yourself the brain. Yes, and I'm going to give you a little secret. If you use this product, it may also help to mitigate things like Parkinson's disease, or even your other, all of those other diseases that comes with aging at that particular level. Anything that is mentally oriented. All right, please, gentlemen, get yourself the bottle, and you will live to tell your own story. But if you are that guy who is overweight, yes, you're overweight, and no matter what you do, you can't lose the weight. The first thing we recommend for you is that you detoxify the system, because the fact that your system is not detox system is just literally toxic. So while you have detoxified your body and you have cleansed your body now of all of the things that would have been preventing the organs in your body to function normally. Now you want to get the organs up and running at the optimum level. What do you want to do? You want to get your HCG. What does this do for you? The HCG, it literally speaks to your hypothalamus to release and to mobilize the extra fats that you're carrying, right? Converts them into energy. But the most important thing that it does is that it literally has a conversation with your natural HCG hormone. And with that, you may lose between 1 and 2 pounds daily. Yes? How cool is that? I love that. The life is that particular product now that is very interesting. Because if your metabolism is slow and you're eating continuously, yes, what that means is that your leptin is out of whack. What the life does is to speak to the leptin in your brain to say, hey, Bishop Dawkins, hold on, man. You don't need 4 dumplings today. Just eat 1 or 2. To say, hey, Clinton Daly, why have 1 pound of chicken today when you only need 2,000 calories, and the 2,000 calories can be had from the half pound of chicken? Yes? Not just that, but it also increases your metabolism level, which of course with increased metabolic rate, what that means is that your body is now utilizing more energy. Yes? And then we have the thermogenic fat burner in what is called the atom. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 8 hours of sustained energy. Where does that energy come from? This product gets into your system and burns the fat out of your fat cells. And that is what is generating the energy in your body for 8 hours. What an awesome product. What about you struggling with indigestion problems? Yes, indigestion issues can also be a serious problem for loads of people. What do we have for you? We have the Ignite. This has all your protease, all your amylase, and all your lipids, right? These are what helps to break down your fats, helps to break down your proteins, what helps to break down your carbs, so your body can digest these things better. So the indigestion, yes, the indigestion, right? The acid reflux and all those irritable bowel syndrome challenges could be mitigated through this particular product. Sleep and lose. Are you that guy or girl that is just always not sleeping? Night upon night, you are up and you are praying to God for sleep. Well, can I tell you, here's a product that contains melatonin. What does it do? It literally have a conversation with your sleep hormone, your natural sleep hormone, and say, hey, why don't you give the man a break? Allow the man to sleep, man. Yes, that's what this product does. So therefore, its users are excited. Why? Because once the head is laid on the pillow, then it's good night sweet dreams. All right? So, gentlemen, if you have a weight challenge, if obesity is a problem for you, then this must be a product, or these must be products that you are contemplating utilizing, right? Now, I know that it's difficult to find the right foods to eat, gentlemen. Yes? So we are recommending to you our meal replacement shake. What does this do? Well, first and foremost, we're talking about 16 grams of pure plant protein. Yes, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a complete meal replacement shake that has all of your proteins that you need, right? So the amino acids that you need to build and to repair those worn out tissues, yes, especially as you age as men, they are available through this protein shake. There's also an antioxidant blend, a digestive blend, a probiotic blend, and an anti-inflammatory blend. That is, of course, to eliminate inflammation from the body. Get yourself your shake and you'll be excited. But of course, what you came to hear, gentlemen, is that you want to hear how you can really eradicate that thing called erectile dysfunction. So we alluded to some of it. If you can fix the diabetes, if you can address the hypertension, if you can address the high cholesterol, if you can address the mental challenges that you are faced with through the products that we share with you, then you should be in a very good position. But having had that type of improvement, how now do you maintain and make sure that you continue to be the boss in your bedroom without the risk of failing or without the risk of, ending up 6 feet under? Yes? Well, can I tell you? Doesn't get any better than this. Here's a product called the Mars that is so designed with you in mind. I'm talking about a product that I personally describe as a 5-in-1. What did I say? 5-in-1. Type in the chat 5-in-1. Go to the chat and type 5-in-1, because this Mars I'm going to be telling you about is extremely powerful and is right up your street as a man. Failure is not an option. What did I say? Failure is not an option with the Mars. Why is this so? First and foremost, Mars protects your prostate. Mars protects your prostate against that dreaded thing called prostate cancer. In the event where your prostate, the size of the prostate is increasing, yes, this Mars has properties that are designed specifically to reduce that. But most importantly for you as a man, based on the conversation that we're having this evening, is that it increases your desire for intimacy. Yes, it increases your desire for intimacy. Why is that so? Well, number one, there's an ingredient known as tonkat ali. We're going to talk more about that later on. There's hardy goat weed, there's ginseng, and then there's a reishi mushroom that are all designed to make sure that your body is functioning at optimal level. So number one, your prostate. Number two, we're talking about increasing your desire for intimacy, stronger, harder, firmer erections. In addition to that, it increases your endurance levels. It increases your stamina, gentlemen. And then it is all natural. So you don't have to worry about taking a Mars and ending up in the morgue. No, it doesn't happen here. You don't have to worry about taking the Mars and ended up in the hospital. No, it doesn't happen here. This is too good of a product for that to happen. But the most important thing about it is that it is all natural. What did I say? It is all natural, ladies and gentlemen. This comes in a bottle where we have 30 pills. You take one daily. I take one daily, like a multivitamin. But also, if you are that guy that is thinking about some strenuous activity throughout the course of the day, you may want to take it 2 hours before or an hour before, and you'll be perfect when that time comes around, whatever activity you're going to be participating in. Now, that is it for the pill in terms of this particular product. Now we're going to the big league. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have never heard about it before, let this be the night where you leave here with this information resonating with you. I'm talking about a coffee that is unlike any coffee that you have used before. What are we talking about? The Tonkat Ali coffee. Now, this is coffee first and foremost, whereby we infused this organic product known as Tonkat Ali. Tonkat Ali is that herb that is known in the field of alternative medicine to literally increase your testosterone levels. Now, we spoke earlier and we said, hey, when your testosterone is low, your desire for intimacy is also low. When your testosterone is low, then your erections are flaccid and they are weak. But with powerful testosterone, all of that is a thing of the past. And that is what is provided in this product called Tonkat Ali. Now, the coffee itself is the Arabica coffee. There's also reishi and there's ginseng as added ingredients to make this thing as potent as it possibly can be. The interesting thing about it is that wherever you desire performance, whether it's on the job, whether it's in the gym, whether it's in the bedroom, that performance is guaranteed. That's what I'm telling you tonight. With the Tongue Cat Ali, that performance is guaranteed. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tongue Cat Ali, yes, enables you as a man to be very fertile. We're talking about increasing your muscle strength. We're talking about increasing your sperm count. We're talking about reducing that thing called erectile dysfunction. Impotence doesn't even come here when you are consuming the Tongue Cat Ali. It is indeed the boss in this particular product line. Such is the Tongue Cat Ali that more ladies are purchasing the Tongue Cat Ali more than men. When you inquire of the ladies, what is it about this product that causes you to be buying it so regular? They say, listen man, when the gentleman at home uses it, there's a harder, firmer, stronger erection. The gentleman that was competing with Usain Bolt at 9.58 is now standing very strong with the Mafaras of this world doing marathons after marathons. The guy whose concentration was weak, the guy whose concentration was poor, is now realizing that fatigue and stress has now become a thing of the past. That's what is being offered here in an all natural, organic way through this awesome and amazing company called Vida de Vida. Gentlemen, you came here this evening because you were told that it is possible that you can be afflicted with erectile dysfunction. You wanted to know if you were at risk. Now that we have disseminated the information to you, the question is, are you at risk? Is this what you have been experiencing? And if so, what could possibly be the cause? Is it because of low testosterone? Is it because of circulation challenges? Is it because of that type 2 diabetes? Is it because of hypertension challenges? Is it because of obesity? Could it be that you are stressed? Could it be that you are depressed? Whatever the cause is, we would have suggested to you this evening the possible solutions to this problem. It could very well be that you need a comprehensive detox. Having detoxified your system, where do we go from here? We want to make sure that your blood sugar is maintained, so you got to get your reishi and your sugar. You want to make sure that your blood pressure is maintained, and so what do you want to do? You want to get to your reishi and your sugar. What about you that is stressed, that you have mental challenges? Listen, get yourself that brain capsule. It will do wonders for you. And then, if you really want to reclaim that lion in you, then what you need is your Mars or your Tongue Cat Ali coffee. Now, the Mars is still, so it takes a little time to work. But the Tongue Cat Ali, once you drink it, minutes later, you are ready to roll. Wherever you need the performance, can I tell you, it will be available. Is it at work? Is it in the gym? Or is it in the bedroom? Wherever you need the marathon to take place, this Tongue Cat Ali here, on your screen that you're looking at, is designed specifically with you in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be present with us this evening on this another Saturday night Health and Wellness Talk. My name is Christopher Thomas, and it was indeed my pleasure to have sat in this chair and share with you this rather important information. Now, get back to the person who would have invited you and let them know which of the products you are interested in. If you are so desirous of talking to the person privately, no problem. Call them on the phone and say, hey, listen, I heard this and I heard that. This is my challenge. What can you do to help me? Whoever invited you is in a position to help you to make sure that this dreaded problem that is dismantling families, causing stress, causing headache at home, yes, breaking up families, yes, can literally become a thing of the past if you take the right step tonight and get on these products. Ladies and gentlemen, it was my pleasure. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Now, let me open the floor for questions. I heard somebody say, hey, I want to ask you a question, Chris. What is your question? If you do have them, please raise your hands and I'll be more than happy to take your questions or your comments. If you are here and you have used these products and they have done wonders for you and you want to talk about it, whether it's a bedroom activity or a diabetes activity, hypertension, whatever it is, and you want to share, no problem. Feel free to raise your hand and I will unmute you. Now I'm counting to 5 to see who will be the first. Well, I don't need to count because hands are going up left, right, and center. Let's see who we have here. All right, I see iPhone. I don't know who iPhone is, but I'm going to take a chance. Please, iPhone, let us have a decent conversation. Go ahead, iPhone. I'm asking you to unmute. iPhone, going once. iPhone, I'm asking you to unmute. Going once. All right, iPhone is not responding. What about Zictor? Zictor, asking you to unmute. Going once.
Yeah, blessed love to everyone there.
Blessed love to you too, sir.
Yeah, so I'm in Ghana and I was invited to this meeting by Kim.
Yes.
I want to know more about I think the erectile dysfunction is something that's worrying lots of people here, you know, and then the diabetes, yeah, in Ghana is a very common disease here, so I think I have to contact her to know how to get some of the products. Yeah, sure.
Absolutely, absolutely, sir. And in addition to that, we're also looking for people who want to distribute these products in Ghana as well. We'd love to be able to have you as a distributor. So Kim, please get to this gentleman and have the conversation so both of you can help to improve the quality of people's lives over there in Ghana. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking.
Okay, welcome.
Right, Andre Robinson, asking you to unmute. iPhone, your hand is up, but you're not unmuting. Andrew Robinson. Mr. Robinson. Asking you to unmute, Mr. Robinson, going once, going twice.
Yeah, good afternoon or good night.
Let's see, sir.
What you use to replace the metformin?
Just the person that invited you. Just let them know that you're having that problem.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah,
thanks.
Get to that person and they will tell you exactly what to do. Okay?
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Hamilton, going once. Rowan Hamilton. Mr. Hamilton. Okay, your hand is down. All right. iPhone, going once. Oh, go ahead, Rowan. Rowan, go ahead. You need to unmute Rowan. Okay, Rowan, hand is up, but he's not. Seems as if he has some technology challenge.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Bless you, man.
Yes, I'm having a problem with indigestion. And
yes, sir.
Yes, I see where you have the Ignite.
Yes, sir.
Yes. But the person who invited me, I think I'm gonna talk to her.
Yes.
About it because I have a terrible indigestion problem.
No problem, Rowan. Get to that individual and work just whatever she indicates.
Yes.
Just work with it and you'll be okay.
Also, the brain.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I think I have to talk to that lady who introduced me to this program.
Wonderful, wonderful. Happy to have heard from you, and I'm happy that the products have captivated your interest.
Thank you.
Bless you, sir.
Bless you.
All right. What else do we have here this evening? That's it? All right. Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much to our guests who have interacted with us. Mr. Clinton Daly, if you don't mind, sir, if you're available, would you be kind enough just to unmute and to tell us your story as to how these products have helped you? Mr. Daly, going once, going twice. Mr. Daly, are you available? Clinton, tell us a story about your diabetes challenge and how these products have helped you. If you are available. I know you're busy, you may be at work, and so you may not be able to share. All right, Clinton seems to be at work. But this is a guy, ladies and gentlemen, that was pre-diabetic, had a very large tummy, and he used the tea and some of the products, and now the man's belly is as flat as a bummy, and he's no longer pre-diabetic. His doctors are extremely, extremely excited for him. Let us see who else do we have here. Mr. Don Rogers, please, sir, tell us your story. Please unmute and tell the people here your story. Let us hear how these products would have helped you, you know, as a man. Don Rogers, going once, asking you to unmute if you're available. All right, these people seem to be at work. All right, not available, not available. All right, no problem, no problem, no problem. These people seem to be very busy at the minute. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you immensely for spending this very short hour with us. I know that value would have been added to your life, and so as a result of that, you're going to do the right thing. The right thing to do is to get back to the person who invited you and let them know that you need these products ASAP. Yes, not next week, but right now, because your life depends on it, and you want to live your best life. And to live your best life, you must take care of yourself. Remember, your health is indeed your wealth. God bless you all. Thank you very much for sticking and staying with us. Have yourselves a fantastic evening. Bye-bye.